But the key takeaways, the MK Party President Jacob Zuma announcing that Duduzane Zuma becomes the party's first deputy president, and out goes Dr John Hlophe from that position, and also Nkosinathi Nhleko being relieved of his position as National Chairperson, replaced by Mxolisi Phakathi.
President Zuma expresses his sincere appreciation to Comrade Nhleko for his dedication, his commitment and service to the party during his tenure. The President thanks him for his contribution to building the organization and wishes him well in his future endeavors. The President hereby also relieves Dr John Hlophe of his responsibility as first Deputy President of the uMkhonto Party. This is done with immediate effect. However, colleagues, Dr John Hlophe will remain as party leader in the National Assembly. He will lead the uMkhonto caucus consisting of 58 members. President Zuma extends his sincere gratitude to Dr Hlophe for his leadership, his dedication and contribution to the growth of MK Party and strengthening its core. The President wishes him well in his continued service for this organization. The President confirms, of course, that President Hlophe will remain the party leader in the National Assembly. The President hereby also relieves Ms. Nomsa Dlamini, our DSG, of her responsibilities as Deputy Director General. This is done with immediate effect. President Zuma wishes to thank Ms. Nomsa Dlamini for her service and contribution to the MK Party. The President wishes Madlamini, also known as Comrade Sally, well in her future endeavors. The President hereby appoints the Apostle Mxolisi Phakathi as National Chairperson of uMkhonto Party. This is done with immediate effect. The President hereby appoints Mr. Duduzane Zuma as the first Deputy President of uMkhonto Party. The President confirms that Comrade Tony Yengeni is still the party's second Deputy President. The President hereby appoints Comrade uMkhonto to serve as part of the Presidency Collective. The Presidency Collective plays a role in providing strategic advice, organizational guidance and support on matters requiring presidential oversight and coordination. Comrade uMkhonto, a tried and tested veteran of the struggle who leads our base in KZN, will continue as provincial leader of MK Party in KwaZulu. The President hereby announces the appointment of Ms. Lindiwe Mtshali as our new DSG. This is done with immediate effect. The President dissolves hereby the strategic presidential team. This is done with immediate effect. Consequently, the team ceases to exist in any capacity within organizational structures within the MK Party. Any commitments, therefore, contracts, obligations, or financial liabilities entered in by members of the SPT shall not be the responsibility of the MK Party. The party will not assume any responsibility for the debts of financial obligations incurred without the party's duly authorized approval. The Presidential Task Team is hereby reinstated with immediate effect and shall resume its responsibilities in accordance with the mandate under the direction of the President. The President confirms that Ms. Zandile Hlophe and Mr. Sibonelo Maphumulo, as members of the PTT, are the MK's authorized representatives and signatories with the IEC, that's the Independent Electoral Commission. The Presidency hereby directs also that the SG and the TG shall return to work and resume their full responsibilities. This is done with immediate effect. Accordingly, The moratorium previously imposed on matters relating to the party's finance and secretariat and communications is hereby lifted with immediate effect. All constitutional and administrative functions of these offices will resume without delay. President Zuma further confirms that the presidency shall exercise political oversight, shall see to the organization, including the party's finances, secretariat, and all organizational functions. The president and the presidency, assisted by DP1 and 2 and Comrade uMkhonto, will see to that these departments and offices run efficiently. The president shall have the necessary authority to provide strategic direction, to ensure accountability, and to see the effective functioning of all structures and departments within the MK party. The president has noted with concern reports and allegations carried in some media regarding matters of the organization in reference to a so-called forensic report. The president wishes to place this on record that the party has not had sight of this report. When we see it, we'll be able to respond. The president therefore directed that this matter be brought to him formally so that he can conclude a report together with the supporting documentations which must be supported for consideration. The president hereby reiterates his full confidence in the leaders. He wishes them well as they begin work. The president reiterates his support in uMkhonto Party's Department of Communications and the national spokesperson, Mr. Sifiso Mahlangu. The president calls upon all members, leaders and structures of the party to unite behind these leaders and continue working to build a disciplined, united and effective organization in the service of the people of South Africa. We therefore congratulate the new leadership of uMkhonto weSizwe Party. We will take no questions at this point, comrades and colleagues. The statement, as I said, is posted on all our social media apps. We thank you for coming to this extraordinary media conference. We therefore ask DP1, Mr. Duduzane Zuma, the incumbent, to usher the president out, assisted by our deputy president, the struggle veteran, Mr. Tony Yengeni. President Zuma, you may now take leave of us. Members of the press, thank you very much. I'll remain after the session in case you do have questions after the President's departure. This press briefing is concluded, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
All right, that wraps up this briefing by the MK party. Interesting to hear that the party not taking questions about yet again changes to its leadership. Tulas.
Yeah, absolutely. Never a dull moment in politics. The MK party, again, living up to that this evening. Key announcements that have come through from that briefing, Bongiwe, by Sifiso Mahlangu, the spokesperson of the MK party. I guess the key ones, if we run through them quickly, in case you're just joining us, the announcements coming from that briefing is that the MK party president, Jacob Zuma, has relieved Nkosinathi Nhleko from his position as the national chairperson of the MK party. He is to be replaced by Mxolisi Phakathi as the new national chairperson of the MK party. That's the one announcement. The other one is the removal and relief from the position of Dr John Hlophe as first deputy president of the MK party. He's being relieved of that position. In comes new first deputy president of the MK party, and that would be Duduzane Zuma, who takes up that position. That is the announcement that has come through. Then another one is Willis Mkhunu comes into what is known as part of the presidency collective. So those are the main announcements, really. I guess if we are to run a breaking story for you, is that Duduzane Zuma has been appointed as first deputy president of the MK party. President Jacob Zuma of the party announcing that. Another key change that comes through is there's this strategic presidential team that was announced no more than about 8-9 days ago. It was being announced at that point. Strategic presidential team that has now been dissolved, and the presidential task team that had been in place ahead of that announcement of the strategic presidential team is now reinstated. So the task team is reinstated, the strategic presidential team is dissolved. That's the other announcement. Then Sfiso Mahlangu, they're taking the moment to talk to other concerns about what they're saying are reports about a forensic report that they're saying they have not seen and therefore would want to be appraised of it thoroughly. But the key takeaways, the MK party president, Jacob Zuma, announcing that Duduzane Zuma becomes the party's first deputy president, and out goes Dr John Hlophe from that position. Emphasis being that Dr John Hlophe will remain the leader of the MK party in Parliament. So the caucus in Parliament will continue to be led by Dr John Hlophe, but he just won't be first deputy president, and also Nkosinathi Nhleko being relieved of his position as National Chairperson, replaced by Mxolisi Phakathi. So there'll be extensive reporting on that story here on SABC News in the coming hours and days, but also analysis of the latest changes in as far as leadership is concerned in the MK party.